Being in the uncomfortable has been on my heart for a couple of weeks now. There's a lot going on in this world for many people. There has been transition after transition, frustration after frustration. There has been many people who have been becoming sick, having diagnoses, and ever since the government shut down, there has been so many dumpster fires going on in people's lives. The Lord is telling us to depend on Him. And this has been what He's been saying since 2020. The more you and I feel a squeeze on what we have, either it's something that we've had for a while, and this has to do with relationships, finances, resources. This what you have, and you have been feeling like you have to take a tighter grip on it, that you have to make it stay. God is telling you within that, He wants you to depend on Him. He knows what is coming. And in this moment, He is telling you to depend on Him. And that is His love, and that is His grace. God's thoughts are not our thoughts, and His ways are not our ways. So maybe what you might be praying about or asking the Lord to help you with or change or whatever the case may be, and you might have like a little inkling in your heart of what you think the solution is, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be the solution if God is leading it. If He's leading it 9 times out of 10, that's not how it's going to play out. He wants dependence, and it's uncomfortable. This is an uncomfortable path. What you thought was, it's all going to change. It's going to be challenged. And yes, it's scary. And yes, it's frustrating. And yes, it's irritating. But all those emotions that I am mentioning, it's going to worsen. I'm just going to be real with you. It's going to worsen in the intensity that it is. First, that's happening because you're trying to control it. And now your emotions are involved, and now you're trying to control the thing, and now you're trying to control your emotions, and it's only going to intensify if you ignore what God is telling you in the midst of that. That's how we are going to survive 2026. This must become a lifestyle. It's so sunny out here. So I'm so sorry for the glare. I have no power over that. But I hope you hear what I'm saying from my heart. He wants to prepare you for what's coming. And it's going to look different with me, it's going to look different with you. It's not going to look the same, but the bottom line is he wants you to depend on him. And with some of you, that might look like you have been away from God. You have separated yourself from the Lord. And he's calling you back to depend on him for your mind, body, and your soul. That might look like, for some of you, for him to become your Lord and Savior. For some of you, he has been calling you. He's been knocking at your door. And you're not responding. You are not opening the door. For me, it has been starting with my finances. And for the past couple weeks, I've been seeing some other things. So the Lord is dealing with me with multiple things. Going to the bottom line of me depending on him. He wants me to depend on him regarding rest. He wants me to depend on him regarding stewardship. He wants me to depend on him regarding discipline. So it could be one thing for you, and multiple things like how it is for me. But he knows you so intimately that he knows how to guide you through this. But you have to surrender. You have to say yes. You have to be willing. Even if it hurt, it's going to hurt. Even with your hurt and the confusing and the wrestle that you will go through with the Lord, give that all to him. Because that is safety. That's going to be your safe place. That's going to be where he can guide you to depend on him. And you're protected. When he says a thing to you, to do it, to walk by faith and not by sight, according to his word. When he prompts you to keep your mouth shut, keep your mouth shut. When he prompts you to let go of that anger, give it to him so you can let it go, for real. When he wants you to depend on him, to let go of the pride and the control, give it to him. Even when it doesn't make sense. Depend on him. And when you're not sure if this is him or not, or you think it's you, or you think it's the enemy, that's a reason to go to him, to depend on, looking for truth. Have you ever pray, ask the Lord for certain things, and now you're in the midst of it and you forgot what you asked for? And now he's preparing you for, you like, oh my gosh, what is this? It's coming out of this. Where's this coming from? It's been coming from your prayers. You prayed for this. You asked for this. And now it's time to be taught and guided and trained so you can receive what you asked for. God is in the uncomfortable. Today was a good day at work. I'm hungry. I am on my way to try a familiar meal at a new place. I ordered me some General Soul tofu with broccoli. I want to try that out. I have a long, busy day today. I have supervision meeting with my supervisor with the mental health organization that I am with, working with families. I have a meeting with her. And then later on, I have an LTP meeting with one of the residents for the newsletter that I do. LTP is like Turning Point in Philadelphia. I'm a consultant for them and other things, but I handle all their online business. So I do the our monthly newsletter. This month I am doing a story with one of our residents, so I have that meeting later on, and I need to meet with a mentee. So busy day, which is productive and it's awesome. And I have some other vlogging to do and editing of this week's vlog that you are watching now. So very busy day. I'm glad I'm going to get something to eat. Hopefully it will give me the energy that I need, and I won't be up too late tonight, but let's see how that goes while I start my afternoon.
At the next light, turn right.
And so today we're actually going to be doing a deep dive into what the Proverbs 31 woman teaches us about growing a God-led business.
I don't like to see you crying on your pillow. Never wanted you to feel like I'm not there, but I know that in this life you will have trouble. I just wanna let you know that I'm still writing you new love letters. You see how I take care of the sparrow.
Happy New Year. How are ya?
I do it all for you to prove I gotcha. You see how I'm still painting the rainbow, so don't let go of me. Drawing close, all out desperately when you need me the most. I am God, I'm your rock. Don't let go. Keep holding on to me.
I'm thinking about how I'm already living my phrase for the year already. And it is challenging me. I am not a night owl. I am an early bird. So I do well with my sleep. 8 hours, not a problem. As long as I go to bed at a decent hour, which most of the time, my bedtime is 9 o'clock. And I will do a straight 8 hours and I'm good. As I am doing so much and new things has been placed in my hands, it's like, this is what's necessary. And I'm okay with that. I am getting used to that because this is what I prayed for. I prayed for being focused on the thing that I was given. Focus on the projects and the people. Like, whatever the Lord has in my hand to do, the ministry that He has given me, I pray for the day where I can even understand what it's like to just zone in, wake up with it on your mind, and throughout the day is on your mind, and when you get home is on your mind, and enjoying working on it, not being stressed out, not being overwhelmed, but knowing that it's necessary. It's a necessary part of the process. How has your narrative been this year so far in the first 14 days? How are you, if you do New Year's resolutions? How has that been going? And if you live by asking the Lord for a word for the year to anchor you, how has that been going? Because I will tell you that even though I am enjoying this new life, it doesn't mean that it's not a challenge. It is uncomfortable for me, because sometimes I worry if I'm going to be able to focus during the day, especially when I have multiple things to do. But I have another reason to trust in the Lord. Trust Him with my body to keep me up, to maintain me. Yeah. And I'm also learning that my core values I now have a new core value. And that's sitting with God every day. And specifically being with Him in quiet. Because one thing, as even a social worker, that you are not taught in school is how to really care for yourself. It's the difference between the self-care that you hear about, but how do you separate work from home? When work is stressful, how do you not bring that home? How do you not allow work to consume your home life? And that is something that, school did not teach me, and taught many people in the health profession. But I'm thankful for the Lord that He has taught me that. And I'm seeing that it is becoming a daily non-negotiable, that if I do not practice that, I'm not going to be able to do what He has called me to do and what He is helping me to do. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, especially when I have moments of brain fog and my hormones is, have my direction in other places, like have my focus on other things. I need that to ground me, to meditate on my day, to think about my day, what bothered me, what brought up emotions, and give it to the Lord. We have to learn how to give it to the Lord. And whatever it is, we have to learn to do that. We cannot carry our lives. We cannot carry the concerns and the issues of our lives. We cannot carry it. He tells us to give it to him. We must lay it at his feet and keep it there. And keep it there. If we work with clients, if you work with clients like me, give those clients to the Lord. If you work with children and it's the public, right? You have to bring it all to the Lord. Your emotions, things that come up with you, things that come up in your mind when you experience loops in your mind regarding your thoughts. We have to give it to the Lord. Cast down those imaginations. We cannot walk around with it. We can't. Depression and anxiety feed on it. And we have to take control in the sense of knowing that we need to give it to the Lord. There's no other way. And I know that being quiet may have triggered some people, because being quiet forces you. It forces me to look at myself. I mean, that's the reason why I do it. But I don't have struggle with being quiet. But if you do, I want to tell you that there are some things in that quiet that you're obviously avoiding, that you are carrying every single day. You have to let that out. You have to express, you have to verbalize what is uncomfortable for you. It's important for you to do that. Jesus did not have an issue with being in quiet, but he went away. He separated himself from the crowds, from his disciples. He went away and got into quiet to be with the Father. He was such an amazing example of that, and we have to do the same. You know, just thinking about all the people that followed him all around and screamed his name and needed him for healing and all those things. He needed to get away from it all. And we do too. And we do too. But to not do it alone, to do it with the Father again, like what Jesus did. He got with the Father. And we have to do the same. I want to encourage you to just give the Lord anything and everything that has been uncomfortable for you, that gives you, take the time to sit with the Lord, even when things are good, right? Even if your body responds to something good, get used to not going through the thing and just keep going and not giving yourself a heart check. A couple of pages ago, I talked about my estranged, that I am estranged from my son, who made me a grandmother. And if you've been around this journal for a while, you may have noticed today that I had some car seats in the back of my car. And yes, this past weekend, it's been 2 years since I heard from, saw, and spent time with my grandbabies. And this past weekend, those 2 years is over. I had a wonderful weekend with them, my daughter and I, and I been going and going, and I have not yet took the time to process that with the Lord. I need to do that. I need to do that. Even though it's wonderful, the hurt that it caused me not seeing them, and now the relationship has been reconciled. Yeah, I need to talk to the Lord about it. I need to talk to the Father about it. And gratitude and praise and worship, and so I can embrace the newness of the experience. And that's okay to do. You know, like I said, we go through things that's not good, and we just keep going. You know, we say things like, I'm dealing with it, and most of the time we really not. We have to learn how to process our trauma, even when that season is over, even when it's a good thing, even when we are healed from something. I believe it's so good, it's healthy for us to talk to the Lord about it. You know, that practice is helpful to release what has been stored in our body. That was traumatizing. It was heartbreaking. It was hurtful. You know, I had to wait on the Lord for Him to speak for me, to validate me, and to defend me. And yeah, that was a lot. Dealing with that life-altering, heartbreaking, uncomfortable time. So, and not even about me, even though it's about me, but it's also about my grandchildren. So, you know, only God knows. But for me, processing what is uncomfortable is so necessary. We hold on to so much stuff what life throws at us. And when we do that, when we take the time to process and take our cares to the Lord, it frees us up for what's to come. Keeps bitterness away. keeps unforgiveness away. And we too old for, listen, we are too old for that. I'm just saying, I don't mean like old, like age, but maturity. We cannot keep living like that. And we cannot do that and pass down that to other people, to our seed, to our grandchildren, to our great-grandchildren, to our children. You know, we can't do that. So I'm going to get some reading done. Meet up with you later.
No matter what, no matter where you've been, no matter what you've done which you regret, let your heart hear these words. You are called to be set apart.